You want to come at this underdog? Come at this underdog. What's that nipping at your nuts? That's this killer. We got this call came in right here. This one looks funny. It says, funny teaching story. Let's go.
Hi, Theo. My name is Paige, and I am a teacher in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, Paige, thank you for calling. I was just up in Tacoma last week, and that's cold water country. You know, it's hard to get cold water out there. Even in the bird baths, you see birds stop by, check the water, too fucking cold, take off, die of dehydration. You know, a lot of that water just too cold for animals even to... I caught a bass, it was fucking shivering. You know, sometimes you'll catch a bass or something and they just flopping on the counter, you know? This one fucking shivering. He had water on his body, right? And he was bouncing on the wood, on the dock. And he used the water on his body, just bouncing to spell out hot cocoa. He just bounce, H, you know, boom, 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 H, oh, boom, oh. And he did all of that until he had no more moisture on his body, hot cocoa. I was like, damn, everything's cold out here. That's cold water country. Thank you for calling, Paige. Onward.
So you wanted to know, like, who's watching your podcast, and so...
I do want to know that, and I appreciate it. Thank you for calling. Let's hear more.
I'm a teacher, a middle school teacher, and I watch your podcast, and...
Oh, you're a middle school teacher, huh? That's amazing. A lot of middle school teachers out there, and that's beautiful, man. Especially when you got a beautiful female teacher and you a young boy, you show up. Because you sound attractive, Paige. You know, you sound attractive to me. And all you got to be is about a 4 or up to be attracted to daddy, you know. So you sound attractive to me, and onward.
Something funny that happened the other day, and I was thinking about it when you were talking about, like, being in middle school and just, like, how weird people are in middle school, but I also coach volleyball, and so I...
And I'm not supposed to be thinking about... I'm not thinking about... That wasn't a to middle school volleyball. That was just... you know, when I think about, like, a like kind of an attractive teacher teaching volleyball, that thing kind of wild... You know, that thing gets me... You know, makes me flare a little, you know, make my loins turn into lions. And that's really just, all you got to do is switch a letter. You know that? I'll turn my loins into lions, boy. Yeah.
I changed at school, and so I was changing my classroom for volleyball.
Okay, you're changing. Let's go back a second. Here we go. I'm going to shut up.
And so I was changing my classroom for volleyball.
Let's go back a little more. Here we go.
School, and just, like, how weird people are in middle school, but I also coach volleyball, and so I changed at school, and so I was changing my classroom for volleyball.
Man, I don't know if I'm being a pervert or if I'm just being just regular.
And I just, like, left all my clothes on, like, near my desk. And I obviously, like, changed into a sports bra, and so I, like, have...
Oh, man. Like, you ever have, like, one of your fantasies, you feel like it just called a telephone number? That's what I feel like right now. I mean, this is something. You know, this is a middle school teacher telling me she just changed in her classroom. And you got me, you know, you got my wiener starting to loiter around, around my waistline. You feel me? Onward.
I have to take off my bra. And
oh, I got to hear that part again. Sorry.
Change into a sports bra, and so I, like, have to take off my bra. And so my, like, bra and all my clothes are, like, sitting there. And the next day, but you couldn't see the bra, so the next day the kids came in. They said, I knew you lived here. I knew you lived here. You have all your clothes here. You have a suitcase here. And, like, I have to keep my suitcase at school because it doesn't fit in my apartment because I live in Seattle. And so I was like, you know what? And I'm, like, grabbing my clothes, and I'm putting it in this bag. I'm like, none of your business. And out falls my bra onto the ground, and there was 2 8th grade boys, and one of them ran for the door. They both went and ran.
Oh, he probably went to masturbate, I'm guessing. 8th grade, if an attractive teacher dropped a bra in front of me, what? Onward.
And the other boy, he just stood there staring at it, and I jumped on it like it was a grenade covering it up, and I was like,
oh, God. A hot teacher jumping on her bra in the classroom? I mean, this is... Paige, thank you so much. I got to hear... I'm going to play this again later in the car, but I want to hear it again. Let's hear a little more. Thank you, Paige.
Get out of here. Get out of here. And so they ran out of the classroom, but it's tough out here. And
Wow, that's a sexy story, though. I just heard that's a sexy story. And shout out to the kid who stayed around, that 8th grader. That's a G right there. That boy sees that bra hit the ground. The one dude, he's out. That dude ain't going to get laid until probably late into college. But that 8th grade boy, he's thinking, man, maybe we playing strip poker without the cards. And Miss Page went first. Oh, man, you make me want to go back to middle school. Dude, I remember, I'm trying to think of first of all, I remember as a kid in middle school, I was attracted to any teacher. Even if it was like a male teacher with real long hair who conditioned his hair. If that dude turned around to face the board and he had a nice ass, boy, I'd think about him. And all you had to do was think about something. And your dick would start looking for somebody. Remember that? Man, having a penis when you're young, it's like having a pet. Your dick will start looking around. It's a damn, everything is just, your dick is just, your dick will eat a piece of, your dick will eat a corn kernel, I bet. I bet there's got to be a video out there somebody taught their penis to eat a piece of corn. And if you have that video, send that in, man. I'm not going to, I'm not going to watch it more than one time, but I will watch it for, the artisticness of it and the, hashtag vegetarian. I remember oh man, we had this teacher. I think her name was like Miss Baldoin or Miss Boudreaux or somebody. I think I was in 7th or 8th grade. And she wore like perfume, and she just looked like, every boy I know can't do math from my hometown, and it's because of her. It's her fault. Dude, I wanted to get problems wrong so I could stand there and just smell her while she showed me the work. She's like, you got to show your work. And I'm just like, I can't think because 60% of the blood is in my penis and nuts while I'm sitting there listening to her. I couldn't even bend my legs. That's how erect I was. I had to roll over to her desk and then, pull myself up by my arms. And I was young back then, but, my dick had an old soul. I always felt like that. And my dick had seen things. My dick had seen railroads being built. My dick had heard like a printing press in the distance. My dick had an old soul. I had an old soul dick. And if I could leave something in a will or something, I would leave a lot of those old erections of my past to her. What was her name? She changed her name one time, and then everybody was like, wow, she's divorced, So then I can't even imagine, half the class, came to school sluggish or cross-eyed the next day. Because when I was young, if you jerked off too much, you went cross-eyed. One of your eyes would get a little dry because you were expelling a lot of the moisture out of your body through your wiener.